See, does this shit work? Oh, you can actually. My webcam is working now? Oh, shit. Hey, baby. Let me see. Let me get some light, bro. Shoosh. Some light, bro. You still can see me, bro. Like the lighting in this bitch is crazy. So, can barely see me, bro. I don't know if it's worth. Okay, so let's start. Let's start. This was a demo trade yesterday, but we're gonna not really care about what happened yesterday that much. We should probably start with Euro or with DXY. So let's start making our analysis a bit. This was an area I was interested in yesterday. So this already becomes a potential bullish order flow trade. As we have 4 hour sales and liquidity rate, we have this higher low formed in a 1 hour VGM. This is our second influence to take price higher towards this new week opening gap. New week opening gap maybe. So already decent, but if you look at price, we have two things. We also have bearish influence. We have this gap and this gap here. So if this is inverse, we can actually look to target sell side. So it's a bit, it's like 50-50. Because yeah, we also have this bearish gap and bullish gap. So it's a bit 50-50. It's still hard to kind of determine what I'm going to do exactly. So we're going to see. This is a bit hard to try to anticipate. You have bullish, bullish, bearish, bearish. So there's confluences on both sides basically. So it's a bit hard to determine what I'm gonna do next. So let's see. Let's just wait for my motion to load. I would still be a bit more inclined towards buys. Bearish. I mean, new week opening gap. Too bearish to follow lower. But this is not waste on this one hour gets invalidated, we can assure we're more likely to buy. So yeah, it's a bit like hard. We don't have that much one-sided price action. For me, I was still kind of think we're probably gonna buy on DXY, like we're going, yeah, but daily looks bearish. I would say we will buy because we just have this external range and we reacted over some kind of expecting price to retrace a bit. We see on this wick we came into this daily candle, so yeah, it's yeah, actually gonna start with daily. I very rarely do daily charts, but I feel like in this case it's actually helpful. Let me see, because I had some apparently disappeared. uh, okay, but yeah, let's start at daily. So daily, it's a bit weird. We did slightly react really slow, but we use that reaction to mitigate that daily ABG. So in theory, in daily, we still have lower prices to be valid, right? But here's where things get a bit weird, right? Because we have two 4 hour gaps, but we have order flow against that. It's hard to determine what we're gonna do. So here we get resistance already. We have two confluences, two bullish caps. So for me, the short term, it was really gonna be bullish to take that high and come deeper into that LPG. And again, of course, we have a bullish LPG also. So comparing influences, vedete morsi like bias for our high confirmation taken two gaps truncally. And for cells, we have daily FG, forward bearish gap. Yeah, confluences are still tied a bit more towards buys. If we just look at this comparison, we have like four confluences towards buys and the confluences for sells. So unless, yeah, it's hard here. It's a bit hard to. Oh my god, but yeah, it's a bit hard because so many confluences in both opposing sides. Here two bullish, but here we have three bearish. So it's a bit hard to try and identify where the flow here because kind of both sides have signs. I'll probably look at this inversion, so this probably will be the key. If we inverse this, it's probably gonna go lower. The 1 hour is a bit different. 1 hour it's a bit different. Give you a structure. We have same two bearish. Right, very good. Right here we have three bearish gaps that we expect. So with this 1 hour inside bearish right here is more likely to play. Especially the key being the inversion. So if we inverse, we have to resolve lower. Otherwise, probably bullish. Yo, we see the 50 minute. Also, 50 minute had a really good rebalance here. Yo, this area has some slight resistance, but still we have trailing liquidity, bro. So yeah, we'll see. Also, euro looks straight up bullish, which means yeah, XY is bearish, but we gotta see this inversed. It's just yeah. Usually price fails in areas like this, but it's hard to determine what side to look on. It's still hard to determine. So we have one PD already here, and this is our second. So order flow still looks definitely bullish on you, but this is our second POI, and this will be our third that we usually I feel like we need to wait for this to get displaced through. Yeah, if it's an inversion, this will be our entry. Same with the XY, we need to see that inversion to target this buy side liquidity. I like that this buy side liquidity is a trend on liquidity. We don't really have solid. We have these really clean equal highs here. So yeah, this might actually be a pretty clean idea right here. Pretty clean idea. So let's say we're starting with euro. Overflow is still bullish. We just have this, this cock block, which is the bullish which we need to wait for. So we either get a bearish one or cap from that zone, look for sells, being our confluence, or we see it inverse and we have the pretty bias towards these highs. Yo. So same as the XY, I think I'm gonna add a criteria. If you get a 1 hour gap here, we can start looking at bullish prices because we need to have kind of tight confluences. If that makes sense, but we'll see. It's kind of confusing to um, try and manage this shit. See, this PY not really great, but still it says array bullish on the second bullish sign. Yeah, order flow still looks definitely bullish on Europe here. I don't see any bearish signs unless we print a 1 hour gap, of course. That meaning we make this lower high and start going lower. So the same idea here. Same idea here. We're just looking for overall buys, but we need to wait for more confluence on both sides. Bearish gap or bullish. Nothing much to say besides that. I like how we held this rebalance. Now it's just a matter of do we claim that zone and we target the equal highs. I really like this equal highs. this has a potential for a really good setup here. This looks bearish because of the gap again 4 hour C. So it's a liquid in the 4 hour bullish gap. Technically on the 4 hour, if we do not have the inside that 1 hour gives us, this looks bullish, but again rejection block here. Still a hard day to try and understand bias. Where is the market? Like you cannot really have a proper bias just from here. You need more structure. For our own, so it's bullish. Just that's all I'm gonna write. Um, but see, this 1 hour here gives a bit of more structure. It did rate that true, but this inversion for me coupled with this, I would actually be a bit more down to so GU. I really like this inversion, how it looks here. This is a really clean edge, really cleany. And we're probably gonna target the sell side or we'll target the inversion, but I think this should be a really clean area. Because even these are equal lows here, you know what I mean? So yeah, I really like this inversion here actually. I really like the inversion. So that's pretty much it. This looks very good for rate Asia area. Looks extremely good. I really like Jimmy here. For a sell euro, we're waiting for price to invalidate. The euro is overall stronger than euro. It is. So we'll see. Also, AU is a bit strong. God damn, bruh. You strong as hell, man. You strong as hell, do you lift, bruh? Do you lift? Yeah, this looks clearly bullish. Clearly inversion, bullish gap printed, market structure shift. This is very bullish. Yeah, very bullish. Nothing much to say other than that. Market structure shift, inversion. Market structure with an inversion with a bullish gap printed, so it's just like very clear on the fall and one higher. Yeah, that pretty much it. Just clear on the fall. But I do like G, bro. I like G here. I'm taking shorts. Although it might seem weird, but I do like my edge getting triggered here. Technically going towards the slow in this area, but we're gonna see. So yeah, AU definitely bullish. Real version. Bullish. It should be easy. Prices higher. This is usually the scenarios I like to trade in when there's price action is really one-sided, right? But yeah, still like June. So we have even another inversion here that actually got retested. So if we see the retest of this, it's actually going to be pretty nice. Template gray, okay, nice. Okay, finally. So this it just looks clean, clean preparation, clean preparation here. Especially here, already great. This inversion here. If we see that retest, we can just consider buys. But I don't like that we are supposed to buy so like that's kind of the only red flag here. Gold. Hmm. I think it looks like we're in a whole bearish. This was our trigger, first trigger. So we're still kind of uncertain what are we gonna do. It's probably gonna be a strong zone. Yeah, still kind of uncertain what we're gonna do. Go. Still kind of uncertain. Still kind of uncertain. We did get that trigger, which was a good flag. We need to see something more with both sides. Hmm. Let's delete this bullish cap here. Bullish cap 4 hour, so we have 4 hour. It's really small. 4 hour bullish cap, and if you get another, it's just weird. No, I mean, I don't really like this shit. Cannot read price here. It's very uncertain. So I'm just gonna wait for some more to happen. Probably gonna wait for more. I'm not even gonna analyze because I cannot read. Oof. This also looks pretty good. DAX looking pretty good here. We just had a very deep pullback apparently when I anticipated a sell-off. Yeah, it looks very one-sided here with inversion. Oh, bro, I forgot to record. My bad. I should have recorded as well. So now we're just doing our analysis for the day. Today looks like a good day. Docs here, docs here. Looks really clear on the bearish inverse aspect. We're already at the top, so very clear of the second here. Really clear here. And our PI gets refined into this. So at this point, considering 4 hour plus trigger area plus trigger, we don't even need to wait a follow for a follow. We can just target lower. So just refinement here, but not even worth trying to type anything. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna displace already because the red duration highs here. It's gonna probably just displace. Probably the best for me today are gonna be GU DAX. DX are going to place on the bottom. AU also very clean, but yeah, yo, what about yeah, already looks like a breaking lower. I'm gonna just wait for retracement, and we're starting this easy target. Is equal lows here. There's a bit of a lot of resistance around these lows, so I wouldn't really like to target more. I cannot really, unless we have news, I feel like it's gonna be a struggle to deliver through this. But I do like DAX here. So let's see UK. UK looks like a raid Asia. It's just like, my god, we gotta retrace here. Oof, we had this inversion, so this is a valid trigger. I'm taking lower prices towards this equal over here. But I don't really usually like when we have inversions this big. So let's just finish our analysis. Trigger. That's on, alright. Triggered. Just gotta wait for these highs to get taken. That pretty much it. We can target lower. Radius above the highs here. It's just I don't even need an analysis for this. Like it's just a clear idea. So let's see UJ bullish, very bullish. Oh, very bullish. 4 hour gap. Let's see. Target this at least, and this is the second 4 hour gap. Bullish, just clear bullish for the 4 gap into 1 hour gap, and this will our trigger being this. This can also be a good trade. Trigger being this to take price higher. So also looks good. G is already above these highs, so I'm not sure. Yeah, probably UJ. Very good rejection here. We're gonna watch UG. We have a lot of pairs today. I didn't expect this many potential pairs. DAX is probably gonna display slower. UK we're gonna put at the bottom. Yeah. So AU we can already just hold from here, and it has a really good higher time frame. So if we inverse this, we can just straight up take the trade. But yeah, I'm gonna go small really fast. It's 5 more minutes. I do still like this GU. We have a lot of pairs today, so we'll see. And UJ also can really have a set right now. So UK is probably the lowest probability one. Euro again, really low probability, be like kind of 50-50. DAX is also looking really good, and GU is also looking really good, but GU looks like it's already displacing. So probably AU, UJ, DAX would be the most quality, and GU, yeah, GU is good. If we see that retracement, Euro still kind of looks like it's gonna break lower, but I'm not sure. Um, we didn't take. Yeah, it's a very iffy trigger, very iffy strategy of us. So I don't like I don't like Euro. Even if we hold this one or inverse, we didn't have a buy side liquidity rate a bit more serious than this. Either we would have respected this and get a trigger there, or take this highs not like this, not like this. But I feel like it's still just gonna be a retracement towards that 15 minute gap. We're gonna see. Yeah, this is gonna be a trigger here for inverse, but I'm gonna go something really fast because I'm just gonna help. already breaking higher, so this can be a good trade. Also, UJ, this already looks like a good limit entry, but we're still gonna wait for price to retrace. DAX, I don't really see a PY here to continue sell, so Euro probably start breaking. Um, yeah, looks like a good entry here, but let's see. As we don't have bearish confluence, we have really small inversion here, but let's look into inversion. We can look to the target, we can still look to the target a little bit, but yeah, that makes me uncomfortable. Euro probably gonna fall. UK falls. Okay, so we're inversion, we're inverting bullish. This meaning we're very likely to continue this bullish order flow here. Uh, already breaking pretty solidly here. No, some clarity on this, but yes, I don't like entering on displacements before that form before London, which is this one. They tend to get manipulated, so in cases like this, I usually wait for another influence, another entry influence. I don't really trust this either. Let's say you can still look for sales. Like I need to stop overcomplicating trading a bit, but we do have buy side liquidity. But look at this, because my edge is buy side liquidity taken, which is this, and to inversion, which is this, or gap. And from here, technically, we can look to target this. That's it. We don't need more than that. We don't need more than that. This is fine, but it's still early to try and interrupt this displacement. So yeah, I need to stop overcomplicating so much. Like again here, instead of sell side rate, which can be considered, we have sell side FVG into conversion, so this makes the trade valid. So yeah, I don't need to overcomplication. Same here, unless the thing is we have hard time. And yeah, it might just break lower. We get a the only PI see is here, which kind of price try to come for. Again, I don't trust AU, even though it's stronger, it's overextended. These are the times usually when we get consolidations and our entries. Probably gonna watch Euro because I'm kind of down to take the short actually. We can target this low and this FG here. I mean, FG is kind of small, but we can probably, yeah, this is almost one a bit dangerous. Is the POI we get a bit more structure on here, and already this is the second phase. This is the first phase where we get the rally of a POI. So this actually very high chance is gonna get invalidated, not yeah, not we'll see, we'll see. I'm down to short here on Euro, but we need to see some more influence. We need to see price come back, and UJ also is pretty good if we retrace. AU looks like it's gonna sell off, so yeah. DAX already sold off, so it's probably Euro which I'm looking at, but we need to see price come here at least. Displacements that form pre-London are very risky to take. Very, very risky, and we still have this, which will probably get a reaction off to see that retracement into this. Or not, if we don't, that's fine. I still don't think it's good to take entries pre-London. Yeah, IU looks like it's breaking, at least for now. UG, I'm still down to buy again. Higher time frames are really good here. It's really good, higher time frame. And yeah, I need to stop overcomplicating, bro. I backtested my strategy works so fucking well, it's crazy. Works pretty well. And this is also a valid trigger on AU, right? Because we have buy sell liquidity into inversion. So that's also a valid trigger to look for sells here. Oh yeah. This is also valid if we see this very short of flow perspective. I don't really think sells. It's a really good order flow getting respected here, which means, yeah, very likely we're gonna go lower. I just don't like that range is balanced, but meaning probably we're gonna come back for this or this. Our inversion already mitigators probably come back for this consolidations. But I would still like to see the zone getting close below because we need to see the confluence of price closing below. If we break higher, we're likely to go higher. Still waiting on this. This is what we're gonna pay attention to on euro. I'm just gonna get ready and open my MT4 just already, right? Always be ready. So we're gonna see if we come here in this gap and we already get it marked up like a gap. I'm taking this shit. I'm targeting this. So also this can be dangerous, but already mitigated. Oh my bad, my bad. We see also UJ looks straight up valid. This has really strong higher time frame. Really strong higher time frame inversion, bullish gap. Yeah, we came from here, so it looks strong. We're going bullish. It's just that, you know, what I mean, this area looks kind of strong. So I don't know if this high is gonna get taken today. That's kind of the iffy thing. But we'll see. We'll see what we do here. I'm still waiting on the retest because this makes a valid entry because this is a 1 hour inversion. Right, 1 hour inversion. We close above. This is what I want to see, and then we want to see a retest, and then continuation. Then we enter. But what is it? We're gonna see. Also, euro looks valid, but I do want to see that retracement higher here. AU, not really it for now, so probably gonna move it lower. DAX already displacing, very high chance we just displace even the edge, so if we can get higher time frame here, it's really good. 4 hour gap to 4 hour inverse, it's a really good, really strong signal for going lower, and 1 hour gap here, but mitigated early, so if we would have gotten this in London, it would have been so good, but yeah, it is what it is. This is what I want to see. This would be great because if we come here, we get a really nice stop loss above this side. We don't even need that much. We can also put it here, but yeah, just for safety, like here, and just we get really solid R. Just simple trade here on 2.5 hour. And this being a monetary level, high time frame target, do we have? Can we leave runners on this? We can probably leave a runner towards this small 1 hour gap, and final we're probably going to be towards this. So we have three targets as usual. So second is gonna be 3 hour and final is gonna be around 5. Yeah, we're gonna see what it do, but we need to see that confluence first. So we have around a 8 to 10 pip stop loss if this idea plays out, which means DXY is gonna be bullish, which was my initial analysis because we have two 4 hour gaps here, and we're likely to come back for this zone to draw towards this. Because this move should have broken lower, but it didn't. It rejected this 4 hour here. So yeah, these are bullish signs, which aligns with our idea. Okay, so UJ reached. We're gonna monitor. So we gotta monitor UJ and Euro now. UJ and Euro. Okay. I also don't like. We can even look at it. Maybe 0.5 just straight off the bat here because it looks like a good area. But I wonder, did it come into this inverse and now it's just gonna break lower? Sometimes it does that. I'm not sure. But we're still seeing on what it do. It can even be a 0.5. I feel like because the only reason I'm not taking the century is because it's pre-London. The market structure shift is good. The entry pattern is good. It's just pre-London move. London just opened here and the displacement kind of finished. That's why sometimes they're risky, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you should skip them. You know what I mean? So it's probably gonna be this. I can actually do a 0.5 and then we can scale back in. So this being a it's on the 5. Yeah, it's good. 8.3. We're gonna see. but it looks like it's already breaking though of this inversion. But sometimes price does this. Uh, 'Cause, yeah, we were kind of late to be honest. I should have thought about entering this earlier, not now. Because now it's already breaking orange. You should have been in the silvers. Because yeah, we just take when we have inverses. It's a really interesting thing that happens, right? We have this FVG being higher than this inverse here, so we usually need to take our entries on the lowest one, which means this one, because off most often the not price will just come for this low hanging fruit, the POI that's more recent price. That's what it's doing right here. And yeah, this would have been the 0.5, not a full risk, but the 0.5. Now I'm not sure. I don't think it's worth trying to enter and chase this trade. We're probably gonna watch the other pairs. This would have been the trade, yeah. Should have been on the inverse. Because inversion, market structure shift, this is a valid entry, definitely a valid entry. But yeah, I don't know if now it's a good idea to take it on this. My brain is fuming because, yeah, again, bullish FVG here, order flow can stay respected. Hmm. Trying to see what's the best decision to take right here. Is it smart to still enter or is just skip over? I don't know. But it's still a very high chance we're just gonna displace because if you're already mitigated, unless we just fail off the low and come back raid liquidity, then break lower. But I still think this would have been the trade with a 0.5. And if we get a break lower here, that's when we would have scaled in. I need to be more open to taking 0.5 risks, 0.5 trades when something is off. Like in this case, the only thing that was off was the timing. So that doesn't mean the trade is skippable. It does mean it's a bit more riskier. So it should be a 0.5 instead of 1%. It doesn't mean skip. Because the entry is still really good entry. But yeah, this would have been it. We still have UJ, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure. So kind of from very short of the flow here. I wanted to see buys, but yeah, it's looking like it's from very short of the flow. And yeah, see, like exactly what I said. Like we just got that early. High time frame was extremely good on DAX here. We just got that early Asian rate, and then he just landed had no reason to rebalance. Price action was really balanced here. And yeah, we just displaced this with our first round liquidity. Probably second is gonna be around here, and the final is gonna be here. But yeah, now it's too late, and price probably will just displace. It has no real reason to rebalance. We'll see, but I generally don't think we will have a reason to retrace now. We're probably just gonna hold this inversion like this, not like this. Oops. Just hold. UJ looks a bit like a sharp rejection, like this. I don't know. And it did have this small FEG here, so now again we need to see more. Or this is just a retracement. We come back into this PR and we continue higher. But yeah, Euro is not that great in terms of high time frame. It's very 50-50. Like the same with DXY, it's very 50-50 because yeah, two 4 hour bullish gaps, 4 hour bearish gap, new week opening gap. It's just like the confluences are kind of equal on both sides. Two bullish gaps, three bearish gaps. So the other one got inverse, so this turns bullish. So now we have, yeah, this kind of aligns with, but this is a very weird pattern. I don't like this. This kind of consolidated behavior when price does this. I don't like this shit. DXY. Or it might do something like this and then initiate, but it's just weird price action. We get with this two weird legs here. It's weird. It's usually gonna consolidate when we see something like that. But yeah, so like it's slowing down. So maybe AU buys are still valid if we break. But what is our break here? What is our entry pattern? It's gonna be this inversion. Like there's no other confluence, and R is garbage, bro. 1 hour, hell no, bro. We don't have any other hard time for targets. Yeah, wait. This is 0.065 500. Yeah, it's the same. So this is very like 2 year target. Or this. It's definitely gonna be an area of reaction. But it's just I don't know, price action is so choppy and even. But just consistent bullish order flow though still. It's just weird. For me here, definitely looks like it's slowing down. But we did have a really solid sell side rate here and then initiation higher. So yeah, it's just I don't really like this day. The highest quality in terms of hard time frame is definitely DAX, but DAX just left early. And UJ, yes, and UJ. So if you see that break in UJ, I'm taking this shit. Risky because of the inversion. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a very iffy day. Like I like trading in very heavy confluences in my favor, and that's exactly the opposite of what's happening here. Yes, it's valid because we have this is my hard time for strategy. Buy side liquidity into inversion. But I don't know. So weird. And we're also kind of shorting into 4 hour gap. So yeah, the not that great of a setup to be honest. UJ though good hard time frame. One sided. Right, we don't see bearish POI, we don't see shit, we see just bullish order flow getting respected, and this is what you want to see, like we really one sided. We're gonna watch AU as well. Bro, you only see my head. I'm gonna turn off my webcam because yeah, spoilers. Oh, where's my stream? Not the greatest precision, definitely. I don't like this. On Euro, if we get confluence, I'm down. But if we don't, hell no. I just don't like precision today, to be honest. Which I don't like it. It's a lot of confluences on all sides. And I don't like trading iffy scenarios. I like trading heavy one-sided precision. Yeah, as I said, it's very likely just gonna hold this. We'll do a demo trade on this idea here. Demo tradings. Demo trading warrior. Just on this inversion here. But yeah. This should have been a 0.5 risk almost. This should have been the trade we're already in. We should already be in this. We're a 0.5. But it's okay. Like it's not gonna make a big difference. It's just like one heavy trade, one really high quality trades for me to be able to recover from the drawdown. That's pretty much it. I really want heavy one sided A plus setups. This is not an A plus setup. This is just a like B setup, maybe. Yeah, I would call it a B setup because just yeah, we would have. I wanted to see this get rated, and then we get the same version. We're also shorting into bullish cap, so there's a lot of kind of red flags about this. But yeah, it would have been worthy over 0.5 definitely. But I don't know if it's really worth it. 70% off. What do you mean, Brevy? Brevy? Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad at missing a 0.5. It's still smart to just be again displacement redundant. Yeah, not great, but would have been worthy over 0.5. And I don't know if I would have necessarily scaled in here. This is just a place for scaling my demo, but I don't know if I would have taken this on my founder scaling. Probably not. It's not that great, wonderful, but we're gonna see. I don't really like this sharp rejection here. If we're gonna buy, it's very likely to just react off it. It's probably gonna be a 1 minute version, yes. But if we're gonna take today, it's gonna be a demo trade. That's completely fine. You fucking melted the fuck out of us, bro. And it's sad because we had such a good area to. We're probably gonna now draw towards it. I feel like it's still iffy price action. I'm very iffy. I like trending markets. I haven't seen trending markets kind of while. But it is what it is. We'll see. As I said, this area would be generally, if I would have been in this trade, this area would have been a area of monitor. It's not worthy or just taking partial, but definitely an area to monitor to see how price behaves. This looks like a good 1 minute gap, to be honest. Oh my god, but Dax melted. We're so sad. Like this would have been a trade that would really like win. Like a very, very, very one-sided perception. Strong influence, but yeah, sadly timing was off. But yeah, this is just part of trading. Sometimes timing is gonna be off. Just gotta accept the reality of trading. To be honest, this can be another scaling area, but already it's a bit overextended. Too small to be considered a danger zone. I mean, it's a 15 BG already got mitigated. It's very, very high chance we just invalidated it. This is slightly dangerous. But again, knowing his own behavior, knowing how price behaves to strong zones, he first of all we didn't take the low on the initial move lower because we first reacted of the zone, and then second phase. What is the second phase? A retracement to come back and manipulate and retrace, and then we see the displacement and the low getting taken. The third phase. The third. This would have been a clean trade. I ain't gonna argue about that. It's just this place was free London in my experience more often than not are gonna fail. So it's just smart to either skip the trade or skip the trade, go lower risk, or wait for markup zones. Right. In this case, so it doesn't really have markup zones. Yeah, this version can be considered markup zones, but where I entered on the demo, on the retest, but it's just not a place where I would scale it because price is slow and choppy around this area. I would not scale in on this in my life. But it's all good though. We don't need to train every day. We just need to do our best. Whatever the best decision is today. So best decision would have been a 0-5. Yes. Is skipping the train really that bad of a decision? Is the second best decision. The worst decision would have been entering full risk. Even if it doesn't look like it would have been the worst decision. Because I know how many times I got manipulated because I entered on this place enough from pre-landing too many times. Too many times. Look at UJ here. Bro, only this I had to see to know that this is unlikely to hold. AO might still work, so we might still have a trade, but RR is gonna be garbage. If we get any type of Geo might buy from here, but again, really, if it's just not great price action. When this is not like this, it's not great. So we better off just sitting on the bench and wait for New York. Maybe we get more structure for New York. So it looks like it's gonna inverse, but I'm not sure. As I said, we probably there is a high chance we use this POI to retrace, and then I would be down to enter. I would be really down to enter full risk if we come back into break-even area, around break-even area of the demo. I would be down. Mm, 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 Oh my god, bro. Almost already reached already reached our second target, which would have been this consolidation here. Already reached second target now, so we're about to find out. So sad, bro. Sometimes it's so sad. Like you have such a good textbook hard time frame setup. Everything is textbook, and then time is off, and price leaves early or leaves late, and it just sucks. But yeah, just part of trading. And this placement doesn't look very healthy on your. So considering it doesn't look very healthy, it's either we just massively buy off this MVG or we just retrace and reform a displacement. Again, it's a very big reason. Probably gonna go drink a second coffee and drink a coffee and monitor euro because euro is the closest to giving an opportunity. I'm probably gonna also back test before I end the stream. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm probably gonna stay in London. Um, I need to recover the breakdowns from yesterday because I didn't break down what happened in price action. Then I'm gonna do some back testing. Then we get ready for New York. And yeah, this looks straight up like a bearish entry here. It's slow price action. Let's see, you could have a good candle drive. I sometimes forget to check the calendar, but today I think we have decent news. So, yeah, we have. Bro, what's wrong with time? This is not my time. Um, I'm not from Canada, bro. I wish I would have been, but I'm not. Where's Bucharest? Bucharest. I eat it. Yeah. Okay. Bro, what did I say, bro? So we have 3:30 Kobe. This is gonna be really nice news. So I'm probably way more down. We also have 12 p.m. news. So this is also gonna be good. I really like medium impact news. I really like medium impact news, but I also like this type of news. Core retail sales are pretty good. Um, yeah. This looks like a straight up version. Just again gonna be a demo trade because it has no performance. But it's just my intuition, and I like to test my intuition. Marquez, so it's gonna be pretty small. It's gonna be a really small position, but it is what it is. Doesn't the position doesn't matter. The position says doesn't matter. It's the idea that matters, and to see if it plays out. Just testing my skills, right? And testing my skills is risky to do on the live account, especially on the funded account that's -6% in drawdown. Like, ain't doing none of that shit. Ain't doing none of that shit, bruh. It's too risky. See, I'm already getting disrespected. Away. Because if, let me just get rid of the demo real quick. If we displace like this, it can be a valid entry to take Asian highs or London highs, main TP, Asian highs second, and it's fine. So it might be worth setup. Why am I even demo trading this bullshit, man? Like demo trading so many times just confuse me, and that I'm not. 3.5. This would be good if we get it. Again, this is gonna be one-sided price action. 15. This is gonna be a straight up 1%, no more, not less. It's gonna be a big lot size, but yo, it's gonna be our entry. Clean inverse, clean inversiones. I would just like to see a bigger candle, but I see on the five. On the five, it's probably just gonna be. I don't know. We're gonna wait to see the second candle form. On the 1 minute does look good though. We just need to see that 3 minute gap close. Yeah, 3 minute gap form 1.4768. I think it's pretty accurate this time. Yeah, but see already closed. It's closing. It's on the sweet close bullish, but 1 minute order flow looks interesting here. This is this displacement does lack momentum right now. Right now, but this would have been a nice trade. But with a 0.5, that's completely fine. Would have been a 0.5, not a 1%, but still would have been nice to think. It's just a miss decision. A bad decision making. I didn't adapt in time, but it's completely fine. It's something I gotta work on. I gotta get into my head and be a bit more open to 0.5 risk. Like maybe even 1%. I'm not sure if this would have been worthy of 1% though. Bit confused whether I should have done that or not. But yeah, I do want to see some strength on here on UG. The fuck 144772. Yeah, this would have been clean. But yeah, 1%. I don't know. Considering the context of the trade, probably not. Definitely not a 1%. So two red flags. This displacement, early displacement, and the fact that we didn't take this price of liquidity, and the fact that we have kind of a lot of oof, bro, what is happening? A lot of um. Okay, I'm gonna probably gonna take this UJ. Okay, never mind. I already got rejected. Like, come on, bro. Like, what is he doing, bro? Like, what is he doing, bro? Like, bro. He started to look good how he displays, but now he got rejected really fast. Let's see. what I do, but probably realistically, no trade. The movement out of the entry doesn't great, but it still is consistent, very short the flow. And we cannot argue with that. But yeah, 0.5, not more. And I'm not sure if I want to take 0.5 trades right now. Entry, really good. Uh, Zone, really good. Just context, whack. Context, whack, and timing is whack. So that's kind of the only red signs. Dax would have been good. Dax would have been a one trade of 1.5. Yeah, UJ got rejected. Would have played our demo trade apparently. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break right now. I'm just gonna still monitor, but I'm just gonna take a break because no issues, no real setup for me for now. You might UJ if you break side. It would have been a bit better for handshake. I probably want UJ. Euro's why would I watch Euro? Euro's gonna take down only UJ. Probably watch. If what's the lot size? If we take an entry 9.65, pretty big lot size, pretty big taxes. Pretty big. Nix. So I ended up, oh my god, UG ended up melting. Sheesh. I ended up placing a new trade, but it's here. So depending on how this candle close, I'm down to move my entry slightly higher. Let's see, because yeah, this gap, where's my, yeah, this gap is big. It should though be respected, but this is kind of the only place where we get 2 hour on the high, and that's what I want to generally do. 2 hour simple trade. Not much another. Moving orange here is doable. It's doable because the overall area here is protected. Right? So we'll see. I'm thinking on what to do. Let's see if RTP is right. Yeah, RTP is perfect here. So yeah, probably gonna leave it like this. We'll see. Maybe this 1 minute gap at most. I'm down to move. Yeah, probably this. I'm down to move, right? I'm down to move here, and that's pretty much it. We want that 2% on the highs, but without size, it's not gonna be that way. Mm, wait, wait. 1 sec. 1 minute 30 to close a 5 minute candle. It's a big gap, but it does have this inversion. Mm, we're gonna leave it like this, and we'll see. We get 2 hour on the highs. Let's say it's gonna be pretty big, so we can probably realistically um, to get, yeah, it's fine. I think just a simple entry. AU, see, this is why I said AU is risky. AU is risky. You can see how hard we reacted higher. And UG would have ended up working out that demo trade that I said I see a bearish entry here, but UG not gonna watch. Very likely not gonna watch you as well, so probably gonna watch only AU in with our trade. Our entries 05388 on lower, so like here, it's not really. It's even lower, like here, I guess. If we even get that entry, but it's just like I just saw bullish order flow. That's it. We don't need to wait for more. I just saw bullish range. I saw retracement, and I saw break higher now. So yeah, should be fine. 1% risk, simple. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, I still feel like this is just chasing price, to be honest. But yeah, intuition is still telling me to place an entry here, so I'm gonna do that. I don't want to chase price. No, it's better. So we'll see. I still think this is the most, oops, the best area to trade, best cap. But it might be after December, so I'm not sure. 5 closed, okay. But if we move it like higher, we're gonna sacrifice so much. Alright. I feel like at most, let's see, what do we get on this? We get almost 2 hours. Just it's yeah. I think realistically, this is where our entry should be. This is our single target. We do have that, but yeah, this is where stop loss is safe here. But I'm not sure though. So 1 minute pointing at this generally. 3 minute, we have inversion gap. Kind of slow this area, but the inversion usually makes me take entries higher because it's exactly what happened in Euro with that inversion being lower. We end up coming in inversion not in the deep FVG, just opposite way. So yeah, I still think it's probably fine to leave a range like this, and whatever percentage we get, it doesn't really matter. It just matters is it the smartest decision to take. That's kind of what matters. And considering that we have this, the only reason why I'm not gonna take it on there is because of the inversion. See where the inversion closes is exactly on that same on RPG. So it's a mismatch kind of between the zones, and usually what zones hold is the one closer to price. So that's pretty much it. Usually we end up holding the zone closer to price. We'll see. We are on this 5 minute. Technically should have tapped this in, but it didn't. Not yet. Because of spread, see spread here. But now probably did. I don't know about this reaction though. It might have came just for this. But I still think it's a good entry. If it's not, it's not. It's just trading, right? At the end of the day. But we'll see if our decision was ended up being right and taking our entry of this instead of this. But right now, yeah, it's just the first candle and it's pretty impulsive, but it doesn't really matter. See, it don't really matter. So now we're just letting it run. Like this is a very simple trade, unless we of course get like very big warning signs. If we get very big warning signs, we're probably gonna either take partials or close. But these are just monetary. Like it's a very simple trade with main TP being that high there. With a 1.8 in this case, we don't really get to art, but it's not. I don't really care. But yeah, bullish order flow for me. But again, this high might cause a reaction. But yeah, it's a break and retest. 4 hour is extremely strong on AUD USD. Extremely strong 4 hour inversion market structure shift, bullish gap, and now we have a 1 hour inversion. So this is a really good high time frame. This is generally what I like to trade. It's just that. Let's see if we go. We have inversion and gap, so that's why our stop loss is protected generally in this area. This had a deep pullback, this low shouldn't get taken. It's just, yeah, it's a decent trade. We're just out to see. So Euro ended up not being the greatest choice, right, to take. And now I'm being validated that my decision was right on skipping the trade or on maximum going 0.5. So, yeah, we might still break lower because we just came into break even entries, but it's still, in my opinion, this displacement here is not great. So we're just gonna see what it do. For now, it's not really reacting, but I don't know if I should be scared or not. It would have ended up coming into our area anyways. Yeah. Our decision was not really that great, but now we're printing a gap, so I'm not sure if that's good. But um, yeah, we'll see. Or I still see price going higher, but we could have taken our entry here and we would have had better hours. So that was a slightly bad decision. But I think in the long term, most often than not, it's gonna come in this inversion. If we would have probably gotten like a deeper close or a stronger displacement, we would have definitely come in this inversion. But we're just gonna let it marinate for now. But it's not looking like it's carrying too much right now. But again, remember this is a very big gap we have, so I'm gonna delete the zones just to make it clear. It's a very big zone we have here, so we might come into equilibrium prices. But our range was still the safest way to go and ensure that we're getting tapped in, right? We would have come into this. I don't. No. We wouldn't have gotten tapped in by spread here. With very high chance we would have gotten tapped here by spread. But yeah, we're just gonna let it marinate. We have news at 12, but I think this is gonna be an easy target. Should be an easy target for the next couple of, I don't know,
Considering it's 13 pips, it can be even half an hour. To be honest, it only needs like 10 candles at most, so an hour. But it can be even easier than that depending on volatility. But yeah, we're just gonna let it sit. I'm not gonna do anything just yet. I'm gonna go drink my coffee. Kinda stalling, but it's still good. Like it's still good. I still like the trade. I was looking at the 1 minute, but yeah, we just formed this. Yeah, we should technically initiate higher from here. We're just consolidating building orders. We're basically fighting the sellers off this bearish strategy. But we'll see. I still think the trade will be fine. Let me move this middle line. I'm probably gonna move it to my second monitor and start doing some work because I have to cash back, recover some work. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's fine. Oof, not great, not great. But yeah, still, it's just consolidated price action. Unless we see a 3 minute gap or some like form lower, we don't have reason to close the trade. I still think we'll be fine though. We're just stalling. Let me see. I want to see what you did. Oh yeah, it sold off basically after coming back into break even. But for me, I still see bullish price action of this zone, but it depends, right? I still, for me, we have a lot of higher time frame flows behind this trade, so whatever happens, happens. If I would take this trade probably over and over again, considering the higher time frame we have behind the trade. So yeah, let me, it's just stalling, it's just fighting. Yeah, just consolidated price action. This is see how 5 minute filters. This is what we learned like last week and the past 2 weeks when I closed early during a consolidation. If we don't see a 3 minute or 5 minute gap, that means there's no reason to close the trade and look on the 5 minute. Even on the 1 minute, we see gaps. 5 minute look, it filters. It tells us that all of what's happening here is just noise. And yeah, that's one great way of using 5 minute or 3 minute price action. For now, I need to break down yesterday because it didn't. So yeah, we're gonna get to that work because you have to understand in trading, the hardest part or the part that requires the most focus is actually entering the trade. Right, entering a trade. After the trade is entered, you can do something else. Yeah, you can check back on the charts five. Either yeah, you can check back on the charts, but it's still not gonna require your full focus to just watch candles print. You know what I mean? You watch candles print before you enter a trade because that's when it's the most important to actually pay attention and focus. But for now, it's fine. Yeah, we're still letting it run unless we see again the 5 minute gap or whatever we see. But pardon me. Let's see what the DXY do yesterday. Mm, mm, What was yeah, I said it's bullish. Yeah, it's from the bias. And they're upholding bullish price action.
Wait, what? Oh, this is yesterday. Monday, 16 June. Weirdly, slightly weirdly construction here. Okay, slightly weird construction here. Yeah, control towards that Asian high, more stronger prices. On the other hand, there was nothing hard for us to trade. Exactly the same as. Oh, hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, hell nah. Massive additional demand. Totally did not expect this. To be honest, but this is generally what happens. There's some things I expect to do. All from the balances and the here on the massive space higher compared to the consolidations we had a view on here, thing, especially some of the others push I think what ended up causing this is just a massive structure goals. Good, 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 good. Still not doing shit, but yeah. 5 minute, I don't like how this wicks look here. That we're rejecting hard that 5 minute gap. It kinda this kinda gives me a signal that we're about to displace soon. I just don't know. Again, usually price consolidates in these type of entries when we are slightly overextended. Because yeah, we are slightly overextended, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna reach for that range high. We're gonna probably should pay attention a bit to this level, but should be fine, right? So depending on how we, it matters a lot how we behave to this area. If we manage to displace, I want to see some movement here. I want to see some gaps form. Otherwise, we probably have to take partial around that area. So yeah, otherwise we probably have to take partial. But we're gonna see now. Again, I'm still doing work. I'm still letting it run unless we see some conflicting. See, just a random consolidation. Now it matters how we initiate our. Because if we initiate higher, we probably see slower retracement and then just continue higher. But for now, this gap here looks to me, and this 5 minute weeks look to me like we're about to initiate. We also have news in 30 minutes, but I think that's more euro based. I think it's euro news. But yeah, you will see. For now, I'm just like typing, so I'm muting because I don't want you to hear my keyboard. Let's see. Still stalling, still not really doing much, as I said. Yeah, this is not generally a great pattern, but again, it's a 1 minute. This is the pattern I usually close my trades on, which is we have a bullish PD raise, we see bullish intent come, but they get rejected, the buyer's intent will play out, and then we get a bearish close below that. So this is usually losing pattern, but once again, it's just 1 minute. So look at price action. We need to sit on our hands and know when to not touch the charts because this was two recent trades that we had. Sometimes price does this. Yeah, sometimes price is not in the cleanest state, but we just need to know when to touch it and when to not touch it. Because we can see, oh fuck, I forgot, bro. So you can clearly see price is not doing much right now. So we need to know when to sit on our hands when not to do anything, because price is not always in the cleanest state. You're not always going to see that crazy delivery higher just straight from your entry straight to TP. Most often than not, we're actually going to get trades like this where price consolidates, especially lately, it has been consolidating a lot. And what I want to show you is exactly the same scenario that we had last week. Price just ended up not doing much, right? Not doing much, just consolidating exactly as it does now. So we need to know when to close and when to sit on our hands. This is the case when we need to sit on our hands because 5 minute confirms that this is just noise. Price is not giving signals that we need to close. So same happened the next day. The next day we had a identical trade on G where price consolidated in our entry. So now we're seeing this consolidation. We just gotta be able to witness or realize that this is the same exact scenario we're getting, which is a consolidation before on our entry, a stagnation on our entry. This stagnation doesn't mean the trade is over. This just means price doesn't have liquidity, and it has to generate it by consolidating, by fighting the sellers, bidding the sellers off here, so they place the stop loss above the high, so the price can have a bit of a 10 times move. So this is just consolidated price action. We don't need to do anything. This is just engineering liquidity, price engineering liquidity right now. When it doesn't have liquidity, it's gonna engineer it. It's that simple. It's a mistake I did. Like as I just said, like last week, I had one trade like this where I just closed because I looked. Oh my God! Look, 1 minute bearish gaps here. We're definitely reversing. We're definitely reversing, and then I'm closing, and then price just went into my TP. Why? Because 1 minute this moves on the 1 minute have low intent. We see bearish if we just get respected and bullish if we just get respected, then both sides of the market are holding on the 1 minute, right? Both sides of the market are holding and both sides of the market are getting violated. This is what happens in consolidations. Price just violates and gives entry on both sides. That we need to know when to not touch it. Right? And how do we know not to touch it? To use 5 minute. If 5 minute doesn't show an intent like a gap or something like that, that means this is just noise. And that's what it's showing right now, that it's just noise, right? So we just let it be, right? We're just engineering liquidity. That's pretty much it. This doesn't matter, profit doesn't matter, nothing matters, just price action. At the end of the day, for me, higher time frame is still extremely strong on being bullish here. Extremely strong on being bullish here. We have really strong influences. We have two lows getting raided. We have inversion, we have bullish gap, and we have market structure shift. So for me, this is a very huge signal that we're reaching lower. But the only red flag is that we already reached buy side. That's the only thing. But that buy side was used to retrace, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But that's why I'm gonna monitor how we behave because we still have the potential of not coming to the high, but I still think we're more likely to play out to the high. So we're just letting it engineer its liquidity, right? Because this is why the market is an emotional game. Because in these consolidations, you get trapped to either close your position, enter new positions, and so on. And what you should do is just sit on your hands. Even though we see this 1 minute gap, it doesn't mean shit right now. It's just a 1 minute gap. Oh no, I'm so scared. I don't know. If the trade loses, loses. But it is what it is. You need to. I still sit on my hands unless I see again a 5 minute gap. But I still think we're gonna hold this MAG. We're just gonna sweep this consolidation low, or we initiate from this consolidation and go lower because of this liquidity getting taken, which is a chance. There is a chance of this happening, but for now we're just letting it breathe. Because again, this 1 minute and 10, what it just means is we're coming for this. Because we didn't even come into the equilibrium of that MAG. So I'm curious, Euro, you're still in this demo trade, but see, Euro is also building bullish momentum, and I said today that this is a low probability trade, and you see it getting confirmed right now. It was a low probability trade. Yeah, entry was good, but the trade is not just entry. Like entry is responsible for like 10% of your win rate. Let me close my window. Entry is definitely is just 10% of your trade. The rest is higher time frame and context, and yeah, higher time frame and context are definitely the biggest part of your trade and the biggest part responsible for a good win rate or your trade winning, right?
But yeah, even if it loses, it loses. Like I still think about what's the best decision to take right now. What I don't didn't like about this entry is this high getting taken. The fact that we're consolidating on the high, not lower, a bit lower. But we have this, which is interesting for me. This or the block here, but yeah, it looks like an initiation out of the range for now, so it's not really a great sign. I kind of was able to spot as soon as buyers got rejected of this 1 minute gap here. We should have ended up holding higher, but again, we're not gonna do anything unless we get confluence. What is confluence to close the trade is gonna be a retracement into this 3 minute gap, and if we get a 1 minute entry, it probably means that we're gonna go lower. But for now, it doesn't invalidate the trade. For me, this area also looks good. Has four continuations higher, and again, this is exactly what happened in the AUD USD trade, where we just no the Geo trade, where we just came and manipulated. See here, we had some version 10. This is again very similar price action. We came to sweep that consolidation low, and then went higher and massively went higher. See, even here we had that 5 minute gap, but ended up ending higher. So yeah, for now, just letting it stay. If it's a loss, it's a loss. I still think it's trade worthy of taking. I would have liked DAX a bit more to take shorts, but early displacement and fuck this up. Still have this big ass gap, and yeah, we're just letting it breathe. USD ended up being really weird here, but yeah, and Euro's really weird. It's probably stalling um, for those 12 a.m. news, 12, which is half an hour from now. 15 minutes. This German, I never heard of this news. That's gonna be Euro news. It's not gonna be AU. And these are gonna be good news today. We're gonna let it breathe. It's also what I did a lot of times is close early, bro. Like close, be scared of this move, end up closing here, and then price just ends up reversing. And so many times I did this shit. Again, it's the same thing. We just sweeping that. So I'll say now it's up to how we behave. Do we close this gap? Do we invalidate it? What are we doing exactly? Yeah, our entry should have been a bit lower, but still, generally, it's still a good place to take your entry, even though it's slightly overextended. This POI should hold. This is the last POI with an leg, so they should hold. If it gets disrespected, it's probably gonna hit our stop loss. Oh. Consult. I don't know, but we had this period was really weird. We had so many trades where we consolidated on entry, and these tired, slightly overextended setups lately. But yeah, we gotta take what the market's giving you. That's what I learned. Take what the market's giving you. If the market's gonna give you a 1 hour, 1 hour, take it. Don't be greedy for the 2 hour, and do not like you end up being greedy for the 2 hour. You end up not taking partials, and then price reverses on you, and you lose instead of taking a 1 hour. It's the biggest mistake I have, not taking partials. But a 1 hour is way better than a loss. Way better than a loss. And for you to be able to do that, is just not be so attached to the trade or trade idea. You just gotta be adaptive, not force your idea on the market. If the market is reversing, take partials. If the market is giving signs of continuing higher, just let it run. But you cannot be in the space of forcing the idea, refusing to admit that the market is reversing and you should take partial, and you want to see that 2 hour getting hit. This is generally, I think this is the single reason why I'm break even right now is that I did not take partial on a lot of trades. Now we're gonna have that small intent lower, and then it's gonna reverse. This is what I see usually, or we just reverse now. 1 minute again balance. This area is balance. should not really be a reason of concern. This should be a reason of concern, depending on how we behave. But yeah, profits don't fucking matter. The trade matters. Now I have a really good hard time for mention. The strategy is working really well. Now I'm 100% sure I found my edge.
It's just about taking partials. That's it. Such a stupid thing, but those taking those partials will make a very huge difference. A very huge difference on the long term. This is not a great wick. Nah, it's not great, but oof. We'll see how we behave in the second leg. This is usually where we either reject the entry and start going higher, or we go lower. But this is not generally a great sign. I'm still not gonna close. I still want to see 1 minute confirmation. Not great sign, but yeah, still believe in high time frame. High time frame really strong on being bullish. The only red sign, the only red flag we have is this. That's the only thing that we took already took buy sell equity, but it's just object. Oof, this is bad. This is bad. But I cannot close. I'm waiting for the retracement. If it's a loss, it's a loss. It is what it is. This is just trading. I don't think the trade is bad whatsoever. This placement was good. Hard time frame was extremely good. Everything was really good. Just that you cannot always win, even on the best setups. You cannot always win. For me, this still is an A setup. I would call it not A plus, but A setup. Yeah, here I would have liked to see some this inversion. I would have liked to kind of see a bullish cap print, but it's not a necessity. Yeah, we're probably gonna fail at this point. We also had this 15 minute gap, which I was aware of, but yeah, I think even if the trade failed, the reason why it will fail is that we took this buy sell equity. But it is what it is. I don't think that's a reason why you should skip a trade. It's just a reason why you gotta be careful. For now, I'm just letting it run. I'm not gonna close to either take the full loss or whatever. Or depending on how we behave to this. I kind of, I don't know, when I saw price consolidate, I kind of knew it was gonna lose because of where we consolidate. We should have consolidated here, not here. Consolidated on bearish POIs instead of bullish POIs. But it is what it is. What can you do? It's just trading. Improve and come back better the next day. Maybe next time I'll know to not take the trade when we have this buy sell liquidity generated. But to be honest, this wasn't necessarily a very strong high. It's just this up candle that is relatively strong. And POI is balanced. Yeah, it's probably gonna lose, but we're gonna let it lose if it wants to. I don't even care about results anymore. It's just gotta do my job. And was this a good trade for me? Yeah. One red flag compared to 10,000 bullish influences. This was the only red flag, and yeah, the only red flag. This inversion was invalidated here when we closed above. So the only red flag was that. That's it. So yeah, still not a bad trade. Could have closed here, but yeah, still believe in the bullish or the flow. If we run, I don't even know. Still letting it be this the last area of relevance. So if there is a time to react, we should react right now. To be honest, using 10 minutes. If we manage to survive and price starts going higher, we might still win the trade. Otherwise, not really. Could have been close like here maybe, but I feel like it's too early still. We didn't. I mean, buyers. Yeah, but buyers getting rejected gap here. Here it goes. But yeah. Mm, still. We might have just came to retest that 1 hour inversion. But I think this is definitely the only reason why this trade is kind of failing right now.
It's the fact that we took price. That's it. And that, yeah, you just rebalanced. We're slightly overextended, but again, overextended setups are fine when you have an inversion as your PI. UK, what is UK doing? It just reacted massively to the sales high. This was my PI for sales, but I don't want to take sales after that bearish. So you ended up playing bearish. I would have won. This would have been also a good setup before it came here. But the euro again weird, bruh. What is it doing? It kind of looks bearish from euro, so we'll see what we do now. And then usually price has two legs before reversing. So this is kind of what we have right now. But I don't know. Scroll on down. Not good. Not a good rejection, but at this point I'm not gonna do shit. Because this is the area where it's most likely to actually reverse. It's weird because it's the closest to the stop loss, but it is the most relevant area to reverse and continue. I'm not marrying the trade, I'm just thinking in probabilities. The close would have been here, not here. This is already too late. The close, if I wanted to close, would have been here, but again, we had still too early in my opinion. But yeah, this is not. It's a very dangerous formation on this 1 minute candles. If I see a gap form, I'm gonna close slightly early just to trim my L. Hmm. But again, this is the leg where we usually start going higher, where we fail to be bearish when we see a retracement before potentially going lower again. So probably not gonna touch it, to be honest. It is what it is. If the market is giving me trade like this, you gotta take it. I mean, you cannot always lose and you cannot always win. They're both valid. Hit that good candle. If we invalidate now, yeah. The only area I'm gonna watch if we start going higher is this. These don't really matter compared to this. Let's see, we get a massive candle higher. Probably pre-news. Again, just be patient, bro. I know emotions. Look at this instead of this. This doesn't fucking matter. That's why sometimes when I just do this, I just track my profit lower just to get into the habit of looking at price. Ooh, it's the just looking at price, just having fun trading. Like looking at this, does it fucking matter? It does. At the end of the day, it doesn't. I do want to wait to see what news does. I'm seeing some intent, so this is good. We're now. Oh, we're getting a bit of volatility again, probably because of pre-news and the fact that we just consolidated for a big part of London. But still, I'm just gonna let it run. I don't care. I still think the trade is doable because this low should stay protected. It had a deep rebalance, so as long as yeah, just an idea that doesn't need trade management. Not now. now it's probably over. No, I misclicked, but I think it's good. Yo, oh my god, we got lucky. Yeah, I closed on because it's clear. Like this one, the rejections are just too, too, too greedy. We are at 3.2.5. Okay, so we have two more trades until we lose the account. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? If I lose the account, I lose the account. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. I know I'm a good trader. And the biggest reason, and the reason why, if this account gets lost, is gonna be because of partials. That's it, partials. So yeah, this was it for today. We took an L. I still think the trade is fine. We had so many bullish confluences, so strong higher time frame. The only red flag was buy sell liquidity, and we ended up failing because of that buy sell liquidity. So yeah, this is it for today. I'm gonna see you next time. I don't know, maybe for New York. I don't know if I want to trade unless I see a really, really clean setup. I'm not gonna trade for New York. So yeah, just to update you where we are on the account. Let me open my other Chrome. Just to update you on where we are on the account. We're pretty big in drawdown, but it's not gonna stop me. I'm still gonna trust myself. I'm still gonna be positive. Where I am in drawdown is not gonna stop me because I'm actively giving my best in trading. And if I fail, I fail. It is what it is. 7 minus a lot of drawdown. Wait, what did I do? Minus 7.3. Yeah, we're a lot in drawdown. And yeah, one big reason is because I didn't take partials. Very big reason. And I'm gonna try and explain why. This month we had so many trades that reversed before TP. So let me explain why the reason why these trades and taking partial on them really matters a lot. So on this month especially, we had somewhere between two full wins, four losses, even though it's not realistic. I'm just trying to make a case where you understand, and four trades that reversed before TP. If we consider this case, we see that the wins two RR make 4%, and the losses lose 4%. What does this mean? These are canceling each other out. So what does it come to making profits or turning profitable? To these trades that reverse. So what you do with these trades that reverse determine whether you're going to be profitable or not. So whether you take partials and end up on a win in this, that means you're going to turn profitable because those are going to actually make you profit because these just cancel each other out. If you go break even on this trade, it's gonna turn you break even. So whatever you do on these trades are gonna determine whether you're profitable or not. At least for me, this month we had something similar like this. We didn't have this much losses, but we had a lot of trades. We had a lot of trades, so many trades that reversed before TP. And the fact that I lost on them or went break even instead of winning actually caused me to take such a big toll on my equity curve. So I would have probably been in profit on the account if I would have taken partials. But yeah, if this is needed for me to learn, if I need to lose an account before learning to take partials, it is what it is. But I think now I'm gonna take partials, right? Yeah, I'm still gonna take partials. It's just this is the whole reason why I started losing so much because of this trade and because of my bad habit of not taking partials. Because I lost on the trade instead of winning, actually made me lose on the account instead of winning because these cancel each other out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if I, this the only mistake I'm currently having. I think my trades are good. They have higher time frame. My execution is good. My entries are good. Everything is good. My mindset is really good. Like you see me in -7 drawdown, and you don't see me negative. You don't see me scared of losing the account. If it is what it is, I still believe in myself, and it's still possible to recover. But it does depend on what the market is gonna give me. Because if the market is gonna keep giving me trades like this, if the market is going to keep giving me trades like this, it is what it is. Like it's going to be an L. But yeah, apparently we just hit our stop loss and reversing. Yeah, we could have. I was thinking about having a bit of a wider stop loss, but it is what it is. If it's gonna hit our stop loss and then go, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So yeah, I just the sole reason why we took such a huge toll on why we took such a huge losing streak is because the trades were reversal before TPs or where these one are. And another reason is because I lost one break even instead of taking partials and winning. Because just recently I had a trade where instead of taking partials, and closing at a 2.5%, I took a full L. These only one trade from here was a normal, not two trades with a one. So it is what it is. If it's gonna lose, it's gonna lose. But apparently now, all news were reacting like seriously. But yeah, it is what it is. Even if it goes to TP, probably should have had a wider stop loss. Was there a reason to have a wider stop loss? Apparently, this was the 7G, which I didn't even see. So yeah, we should have had it like this. And yeah, but it is what it is. If we lose, we lose. Oh my god, bro, like come on, bro. Like, why you gotta do it to me, bro? Like every time, bro. Like bro, like legit, the market did this to me so many times. Like it is legit toying with me, bro. Like come on, did you really have to hit my stop loss and then go into my favor? Okay, bro. I guess yeah, I'm not even gonna be mad at this because this has been happening for a lot of time. Like things going the opposite way, things going exactly the opposite as how they should or how I want them to be. It just is what it is. There's no point in fighting it if the universe or whatever force or whatever the market wants to do this to me is gonna do it to me. What I can do is just learn to manage the scenarios better. But yeah, it's been a while since I had really good trades like ETP. Like, yeah, it's been a while, but I don't think it's my fault necessarily. I think it's more the market. We can actually retake an entry here because it's valid. It's valid to retake an entry. Our stop loss just got hit and we got an opposing entry pattern, so it's valid for us to retake this entry. I just don't know if I want to really, because we are so much in drawdown. I don't know if I want to put my eggs in a little basket and risk again on this. Maybe a 0.5. But yeah, it is what it is. Oops. It is. Probably not good, even though it's valid. If I wouldn't be in drawdown this big, probably yes, but I don't want to force. Even though, yeah, it might be good, it might work. I'm going to take my own. It does look like a good rescaling. I just we have 2.5% left on the trade. We can go, but I would prefer to go 1.5 on a really good trade instead of going 0.5 on this. So it is what it is. Apparently, the market is toying with us again, which is not fun. But what can you do? Again, can be very scaling, but yeah, it's too deep in drawdown to put my eggs in one basket. But yeah, I'm probably gonna demo trade this shit. Our stop loss should have been lower, yes, but you know how small the chance of coming for this area and then going is like 10%, bro. But yeah, apparently I'm really lucky lately. The rarest scenarios or the worst scenarios keep happening, but just gotta show up every day, bro. Like it's crazy. If we're gonna lose the account on stupid shit like this, or the market doing stupid shit, okay, it's fine. But yeah, it's probably done for the day. It is what it is. Um, yeah. Not much. It looks still looks bearish for me now that we reacted lower. So stop loss would have been made necessarily a difference. It would have if we hit it like this, and we would have probably closed now on this one in the gap. But yeah, it is what it is. The market's been kinda stupid lately. Kinda stupid, but you cannot control what the market's doing. Kinda stupid, kinda choppy, kinda weird, bro. I haven't had a full TP like in a long time. Like out of 10 trades, I had like 7 trades that reversed before TP, and that is the market. That is not me. But yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna solve anything by blaming the market. I'm gonna solve things by me getting better at dealing with scenarios where the market is doing stupid shit. So yeah, I'm gonna see you next time.